Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fabulous day here today. Hopefully everybody's having a great time and everything associated. We got some fun stuff to jump into. All for One officially coming to the game relatively soon, right? He's our second release after Hawksy, right? We're gonna get that guy first. Pretty much, though, I've seen a lot of footage about this guy over here, and I gotta say, All for One looks very cool, dude. I know that there was a lot of, like, drama in the community saying, All for One looks rushed. I don't know. After seeing him in-game, he doesn't look as rushed. If anything, if you were to look at it, Kurogiri had a lot of issues day one, so you would say, oh, maybe Kuro was rushed. So in this case, I think that he might have beat the rushed allegations. I don't know. I'm curious what your take is there, but a lot of players were saying that they definitely rushed All for One for this anniversary, and he looked like crap, literally day one, and or trailer one pretty much. But seeing him here, I think he looks a lot better, but I could be wrong. I'm curious what your take is here. And yeah, always this is still PS4 graphics, so we're still not there in the PS5 era, but wonder if All's Justice will change that for us. Will we finally get a PS5 version or no? Let's jump into it. Like and subscribe. All for One, Young All for One, coming soon to My Hero Ultra Rumble. So hopping into it over here, this is Young All for One. This is our brand new, yes, brand new since season 3 or 4, our brand new villain, who is, say it with me now, Assault. Literally in the game. Every time I try to tune a costume, it's just, if it's yellow and villain, I'm screwed. It's just embrittlement. That's all you can tune. Over here, we now have All for One Young coming to the game. And yes, a lot of players in my comments originally said that this is a tech character. No, he ended up being Assault. That's why I wonder with Shigaraki, is he tech or is he Assault? Because they can easily go for both of those things there. Deku, I knew 100% Rapid would be the case because he looked like Rapid Deku. Right, he's moving like Rapid Deku. Over here, we got his quirk skill Alpha. Fire a laser that pierces opponents. It explodes either on impact or at the maximum range. You get damage up, size up, and damage up, size up. Pretty much at level 4, you pick up an extra Alpha. Over here at level 9, you pick up an additional Alpha. Altogether, it costs a use case of 1 ammo, not a charge, nothing like that. Down power of 100, pretty simple. And then when it comes to the explosion, there's a dual effect. It first hits and then explodes afterwards. Or if you only hit the explode effect, there's that. Can't really dodge unless critical permeation goes off or something else goes off. The blow up effect, if you've attached it, but depending on plus ultraing or anything, that will skew the damage. Over here, yes, baby, ability creep in the game. So, as you know, characters that started the game off, they have 1, 2, 3 abilities. They have the special actions, making 4 abilities. Characters nowadays have like 8 abilities because they have the tap and then they have the hold ability. They have the upgrade ability where if you gain some sort of thing like overdrive, you additionally get abilities on top of that. There's different characters that have different things. In this case, his beta is on press, Meteor Annihilation, drop dark balls, you heard that right, in a straight line ahead. They cause small explosions at the point of impact. You then have Meteor on hold, while charging, press again to fire an energy blast. Pretty much, it drops a giant cruel sun on you, but this time darkness, so cruel darkness, and absolutely is crazy. It's the same thing, right? People are like, oh, I can easily dodge Endeavor's, Inferno Ball. Why do you die to it then? Why do my teammates get that? Like, they just eat a cruel sun to the face and act like nothing just happened to them. Like, bro, don't eat cruel sun to the face. Run, okay? And in this case, you just sometimes can't run, simply put. So they're like, oh, it's mediocre. They have so much time to dodge. I want to see you getting pounded by a Deku. Yes, you heard me right. When him trying to get overdrive, and that comes from the sky, you're going to eat that. You're going to eat that. So I'm telling you now, when people are focused on a Deku chasing them and a Baro stabbing them or anything else associated, they're not dodging this. This is why. They're not dodging this, dude. Reload speed, size up, damage up. Reload speed, size up, damage up. You get only 2 across the board. It does the damage as it ticks. And then again, it has the reload and the down power. And then over here on the explosion effect has the damage. And you see, it scales very, very high. With a tuning build and everything, you can hit some hard damage with this. It's like All Might all over again, right? His ground pound, where he grabs you and dives down with you. It's a lot of damage. You can dodge it, but if you don't, you're feeling bad tomorrow. Divine Judgment over here, float in midair, jump to rise and crouch to descend, charge energy in your wings and then release it wide, blast forward, dodge to cancel the move, consuming a set amount of ammo. Or Crumbling Orb, while charging, press again to fire an energy blast. Over here, it says number of hits, reload speed size, number of hits. Pretty much you can get up to 110 ammo, 10 ammo use case, but the damage over there, and then the additional damage is 10 across the board with down power of that much. When it comes to the special action, there's 2 sets of special actions. This is why we say ability creep. 2 gammas, 2 betas, 2 special actions. So 6 abilities just there, and then the 7th is the alpha. So flight command, used dash while in midair to fly. So yes, another fly mechanic. Seals the special actions of opponents hit for a limited time. Pierces through walls to hit opponents on the other side. This is what I wonder, like, who would this be super cool on? Like, hitting Aizawa would be a huge, you know, kill to Aizawa. Hitting, like, maybe a Froppy who's trying to res. Hitting, like, an All Might who's trying to run away. I'm curious because sealing abilities when it comes to Aizawa is so much better. But sealing, and then that's who you have to hit them. So sealing that, I'm curious on if you think this is going to be a good ability or not. I'm only iffy on this one because it depends on who you're hitting. Like, if you hit a Fudge and Deku, he's not doing anything, right? You just took away his little fart and gear up, I guess. You're not really taking away much from him, right? There's in cases like, oh, I'm taking away Froppy's res. I'm taking away Cementos' res. It borrows res. Those are super good. I'm taking away, I guess, Compresses res as well. Dobby's self-revive. It just depends. I don't see it being like God tier, but I could be wrong. That's why I want to ask you about that one. But over here we have LFJ, as always, cooking up with some video here to kind of show it off and such. And I will say, for the most part, I've seen this, right? He looks really good. It just depends on... So, like, for example, you saw in the tournament, the official tournament, you didn't have many Endeavors running around. But Endeavor is annoying. There's no doubt about that. Will I see him run around in the official tournament? I'm going to have to, like, kind of see that. I do think, for the most part, he looks great. But, it does take time to activate all his abilities. It does take time to take everything out. When it comes to Deku, he's in and out pretty quickly. Yes, when it comes to landing his overdrive and everything, he is a sitting duck for a little bit on the ground. In this case, he's kind of similar, right? He has his payoff in the context of he drops a giant nuke on you. He has other things like that, so there is sort of things to go for. He shows off all the emotes and everything. We'll forward past that because we want to see just some gameplay and such, but pretty much these are his melee attacks here. I'm curious because, like, what combos will this character go for? He doesn't really look like a heavy combo-based character, so that's kind of the case here. Pretty much he has like a blowback, and then he has like a simple melee. What I want to check is how much HP does he have, actually. Let's see. He has 300 max aim. Okay. I was thinking he'd be 350, but no, he's a tank. He's a tank. Pretty much over here, this is his alpha skill. All for one fires a piercing laser that explodes on impact, or again, once it reaches its maximum range. The attack has similarities to Strike Endeavor's beta. However, I will say now, it's not as good, because again, right, the beta's crazy. It's a line effect. This is just like attach a sticky bomb, and it blows off at a certain time. Skill 1 starts at 6 ammo. At level 4, you get to 9. You get increased, right? Level 4 and 9 gains 1 additional ammo, and the size of the attack increases. Reload time stays fixed at 2 seconds across all levels. So it reloads pretty quickly. It is a pretty decent attack here. You are getting a pretty... So it's also an AoE-ish effect. So depending on who you're sticking this to, you can get some decent damage. And also, you can hit them plenty of times before down power occurs here. So you can kind of see it. It also has a little bit of a... We'll have to see it going against it. Has a little bit of a stun on the side, or a bit of a flinch, if you were to say, which would be kind of nice to have on that. But you can see again, it's a bit of an AoE attack here. His melee, his beta skill, Meteor Annihilation / Meteor, all for one drops dark spheres in a straight line ahead, each causing a small explosion on impact. If the button is held, he can summon a massive meteor to crash on opponents, dealing heavy damage. Pretty much though, it's like Ochako. If you play Ochako, you know what this is. Really, like, it's nothing crazy. It's just Ochako's thing, and this is just Endeavor's thing. Like, again, reuse kind of, and it has a very large area effect. And the thing that you have to realize on top of that is, if a Deku's trying to dunk on you and you dunk this on him, would that be the greatest counterplay in history? A Deku trying to like die from sky high, and you just drop an absolute meteor on him, dude. If anybody, I asked that before, and so many people sent me clips, and I appreciate that for you, hitting someone out of the sky with a rock, which is the funniest thing in the world. Like a hawk just getting decked by Kirishimi's rock. Someone sent me that clip. It was like hilarious to see, but I want to see a Deku try to go up, and then a meteor just crash down on him and just knock him out of overdrive. Is it sad I want to see Deku tortured? This season has done that to me. Move has 2 ammos across the board. It starts there, and then again, it pretty much increases the reload and the size of the attack. You can see at level 9, it becomes huge. That's insane how much. Look at the range. It's pretty much eating the entire pad of UA starting landing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And people are like, I'm gonna dodge that. Oh, let me see you dodge that, okay? That thing's hitting you. People be like, oh, I can dodge Endeavor's thing, bro. I have played with randoms. They just eat Endeavor's orb to the face. That's like, oh, it's not going to do nothing to me. And then they don't roll out of the circle. There's 2 things they do. They don't roll out of the circle, and they just eat a cruel sun to the face. Please, bro. And the difference is Endeavor's attack can't hit through walls, but it looks like All for ones can. So depending on the location, he can hit you through a wall, which is a bit annoying, but you know, there's that. We then have his gamma here, so depending on how you use it, this is what it looks like here on standard press. It pretty much just shoots out an orb. It's kind of like, how would you say it? It's kind of like Kurogiri's gamma, but you're attached to it. Think about it that way. It's literally that. It's Kurogiri's gamma, but you're attached to it. So you can fly around with it, which helps, right? It maybe gets you off of the ground so Dekus can't just get overdrive off of you. If they have overdrive already, you're pretty much a sitting duck in the air. So there is that. But he can do this over here. Pretty much he has to charge up. And then once charged up, he can pretty much release all that energy and do a very, very large area attack over here, which again does a lot of damage. That's the thing with these assault characters. They are very, very maybe slow to activate, very, very hard to hit. But when they do hit you, they're hitting you real hard. That's how it works, right? You can see it over here again, how much he picks up. And with level 9, look at how large that area attack is. That's what it is. It's like, is that not power creep? And someone's gonna be like, that's not broken at all. And in game, I'm gonna have to deal with like how annoying this ends up becoming. Deku again, he does have his counters, and right now I'm playing like a Deku or counter Deku, so I'm currently not having too much of an issue. But it does, I can tell when they full combo you, when they get you in that, it's very annoying to deal with. And if you don't have a team to help you and they're just looting while you're dying, it gets annoying. But I'll say for the most part, I think this is no different than Deku. This is truly how I feel. It's going to be very annoying. He has so much AoE. He has so much AoE to the point where it's like, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm also curious, again, that drama was like pretty big. A lot of players were very mad about how All For One looked. What happened to bro's neck? His neck was fine and then it just snapped. The hell is that? Oh my god. Okay, I'll be showing a slightly buggy model for the special. The special has 2 attacks, slightly bugged. Slightly bugged. We got Slenderman in here. The special has 2 attacks, Flight Command and Phantom Strike. I'm so distracted by him. Phantom Strike is a piercing, oh my god, piercing move that locks onto enemies and can even go through walls. Any opponents hit by it basically lose their special action, right? I mean, it can hit them through walls. That's not bad, actually. It can go through walls and lock on enemies. It has limited time, a limited travel range, but not an infinite amount of forgiveness when it comes to aiming. So yeah, you gotta be pretty kind of precise. Not entirely precise, but pretty precise. And then let me see. Oh my god, what is that? Here's the fly, though. God, he can fly. What? He can fly longer than Hawk's low-key. On the other hand, sends All For One forward, allowing him to fly and rain down attacks from above. Ah, you can stand in the air and rain those attacks down. Wow. Thank God we're back to our normal model. Oh my god, I almost puked. Yeah. That's crazy. So yeah, pretty sure he just shows emotes off over here and pretty much that's it. But super cool. I will say for the most part, it's a lot of flight there too. So he's an assault character, not built like one at all. He has so much movement and everything. He has the ability to team up the special action, obviously, with the rest of his abilities. So remember, he really isn't giving a Deku overdrive. A Deku who has overdrive will take him out, though. That's true. But again, if you try to, he does have a lot of AoE to kind of escape that. And also just, you know, kind of blow up everything around him, just preventing him from doing anything or anyone else from doing anything. So I am curious what you think here. I'm curious what your takes are, but do you think that he looks rushed? Do you think that drama was warranted? Is he still rushed to you? I do think he looks a lot better than what we saw there, but I'll say for the most part, he looks very powerful, and I think that players are still underestimating him. I've seen some talks about it, so I'm going to ask this comment section one more time. Is he busted? Is he dog crap? I'm curious here, and yeah, that's where we stand. Peace out, enjoy,